Hi, everyone. I'm Meryl Stewart, CEO of Marketing Business Solutions, and I'm glad to be here with you today. I wanted to talk about a hot topic that's been on the minds of many of our clients as they work on their strategic plans, they work on their strategic direction. It's really defining what the difference is between strategy and tactics. A lot of times we run into this conversation and try to explain this to people because it gets kind of confusing. Sometimes, we think it is strategic to do certain things. Maybe some of the steps that we're taking could be kind of confused with strategy. So I wanted to kind of clear up the difference between the two and talk a little bit about how they're related. So let's start with strategy. Strategy, if you're kind of thinking about a house, right? Strategy is like the roof of the house. It is the top level of kind of goals of where it is that you're trying to go. It's that 30,000 foot view. It's the overarching kind of approach that's going to take you to the place that you want to be. And typically with organizations or companies, you're trying to set goals. You set goals for your employees, you set goals for the overall business. And so that's the goals that are set really should support that strategy. If you want to be number one in your industry, that's kind of, the strategic direction that you're headed. But then you've got goals and objectives and things that kind of fall under that strategy to help you get there, including tactics. However, tactics are those specific actions that you do in order to support the strategy, and they also support your short-term and your long-term goals. So tactics need to be strategic in nature. They are not necessarily the strategy, but they are the pieces that support the strategy to make sure that you can get to where you want to go. So a lot of times, if you kind of think about strategic planning, or a lot of times we do fundraising planning or revenue planning, we are setting a goal. We're setting kind of a strategy of, look, in order for us to get to this place in our fundraising or our revenue with our sales teams, we have to do X, Y, and Z. And the way that we're going to know that we got there is that we're going to set some goals and we're going to set some measurable components to this to determine whether we're on target or we're not. So if you kind of go back to that house image for a second, your strategy is that 30,000 foot view. It's like your roof. It's your vision. It's where it is that you want to go. It's that part that's going to hold everything else together. Underneath that, it's really important that the core values that you have as a business or an organization and the areas that you focus on align with that vision. If your vision is, to be, let's just say, the best, child organization in the county, then every single decision that you make underneath that should support that overall vision and goal and strategy. Every value that you have within your organization or company should support that goal or that vision. Way underneath all of that, underneath those values, underneath those focus areas are objectives. And your objectives are really kind of your stated goals, what it is that we're trying to accomplish in a more specific nature than we're just trying to be the best, right? So maybe we're trying to be the best in these 3 or 4 ways. Then in order to achieve those objectives, you have tactics, and those tactics could be 5, 6, 7 action steps that need to take place in order for you to hit those objectives. And the way that you keep yourself accountable is to be able to measure with key performance indicators or SMART goals, something that helps you quantify the movement in your journey, whether or not you're going forward or backwards, or you're kind of stalling somewhere in the middle so that you can change direction as needed. So I hope that helps you kind of just redefine the difference between strategy and tactics. I work with a number of boards and teams that we have to develop these. They need to know what those action steps are and where we're going. And in many cases, I use the word strategic, like that our tactics and our action steps need to be strategic. It is not necessarily only the strategy. And so, setting that strategy, which is that high level goal, choosing objectives underneath that are going to support the strategy to help define where you're headed, and then those tactics that are really going to help you to move along that path along the way, all tie together and are really critical to developing plans that work and plans that people can learn how to do something, how to move in the direction that you want them to go. I hope this was helpful. I look forward to any comments that you may have about today's topic. If you'd like to learn more about what we do, please visit www.mymabs.com. That's MYMABS.com. And I invite you to share and like our YouTube page. We have lots of great content on there to help you with your business or nonprofit, especially in the areas of marketing and revenue generation. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks so much.